Mayor Bradley.
Pathfinder, good to see you. We're busy as anything thanks to you. Bit dusty, but we can adapt. It's worth it when it's your own.
Yeah, tell me, you keep me posted.
Make sure to keep a clear log of what you're doing.
Well, let's save some bandwidth. Busted ass to feed initiative. Copy, paste, repeat. You go do what you need to on the Nexus. Follow that dot. There will be more to do on EOS later. Some key positions: Connor Supply, Ramirez Medical, Abrams Science, Fawkes Engineering.
That's a lot.
With them and my major domo, we won't end up like Site 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, they weren't prepared for evil alien guys like we are.
The first two outposts didn't have a chance. It was clear to everyone on the ground.
I saw the brief. I'm making sure every one of our people is eyes wide. You changed this planet, but that doesn't make it easy. We'll use the efforts of those who went before. Good people, every last one. I'd have been honored to fail with any of them.
Yeah, well, don't.
Looking back isn't a good use of time. We have to keep building.
Keep is generous. We have to start. Real building, not just survival. Oh, and Pathfinder, this is for you. It's our flag.
We have
Hang
a
it where
flag?
the Nexus can see. It's touched the soil of our first outpost in Andromeda. Make it real.
You have
That's
a
for the
flag?
Nexus, Pathfinder. Prodromos will have more going on when you come back later.
Alright, fine. But first, there's a memory trigger, like right here.
Sam, another memory trigger?
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required.
Okay, so you weren't actually terribly helpful. Got it.
Before the meeting gets started, I have bunk assignments for PB and Drac.
Already put my rucksack in the kitchen. I'll hang out there if that's okay.
And I'm in one of the escape pods. More my speed.
That's fantastic. Welcome aboard. Any thoughts, Ryder?
Listen, Cora, I understand. It's good that you had a plan. Let them kind of do what they're gonna do.
I don't care where anyone sleeps, as long as we realize what a kick-ass team we have. Let's talk about our success on EOS. Besides establishing our first viable outpost, we did some amazing things. We discovered the Remnant and breached their vault.
And didn't get killed.
Overcame radiation poisoning a number of times.
And didn't die.
Confronted by Ket at every turn.
Once again, did not get killed.
You guys really need to raise the bar on what you call success.
Yeah, should we use the Krogan definition of success that got your homeworld nuked by your own people?
Cora!
Fair enough.
Cora!
Let's focus. Back to the task at hand. Looking forward.
Exactly. Here's my only question. When do we hit that next vault? It looked active. We have to get on that.
Hang on. We need to not go off half-cocked.
There are initiative priorities. The team calls the shots.
Actually, the Pathfinder calls the shots, just to be clear.
Okay.
So what do you need from us, Ryder?
I need everyone to tell me why there's so much of a horrible echo filter on all of this audio. Additionally, Cora, if you're... Why are Cora, and for a lesser extent Ryder, posed like this? Cora is... Like, okay, she was just in the conversation over here, but if you're looking at Ryder, you can turn your whole body. You have more than just a neck, right? You can turn your neck, but you can also turn your waist or your hips, or indeed move your feet and reposition your whole self. And Ryder is similar. Anyway, everybody do your job, I guess.
Helios threw us for a loop, meaning we're kinda new at this. All of us. So let's figure out what the rules are now and try to stick to them.
Sounds good.
If there's one thing I know I can do, it's make up rules.
No one said make up rules. Can we please keep anarchy to a minimum?
Okay, let's head back to the Nexus. PB, Drac, see Lexi for a physical? Good meeting, everyone.
Report from the Nexus. Population's growing as people wake up. Lots of hopefuls waiting for a home.
Bradley will have all the help he can take.
They'll be starting crops soon. Can't tell if they have enough water or too much. I grew up on a little cargo freighter. Only saw gardens in vids, but I always loved them. I daydreamed about planting a big rose garden when we got here and still imagine it sometimes. Roses in Helios.
It'd be good to bring something beautiful across galaxies.
Everyone in the initiative has their something beautiful. I didn't for a while. After I left the Asari Commandos, well, I didn't leave. My mentor, Nasira, said I should go.
Why?
Mentors say that.
The initiative would suit you better, was all she said. Being a huntress suited me fine, but she insisted.
Well, that was mean.
Wow, you fight side by side, then she gives you the brush off?
It hurt. One big kick out of the nest. Still, that's familiar. When your biotics are honed into Huntress-grade weapons, people can be weird about it.
Just a little.
The initiative
sometimes
seemed better. Just didn't see how I'd fit into their brave new galaxy. I never fit anywhere before. Then I met some jerk named Ryder. Talked about traveling to Andromeda like he was teaching you how to see it.
What part of that vision made you want to take the plunge?
A civilization where everyone had a place, even AI, or an overpowered human biotic.
Okay,
Your
Cora.
father said, I get being different. Now imagine being welcome and making others like you welcome too. When I was 13, I could warp a steel girder. He made me wonder, what if someone had told me that's okay?
Cora, you're hitting this biotic thing really hard. Like, there are biotics. They're fine. You clearly have no problem with being in the military. You could have just been in the military.
He gave you a dream to work toward. He was good at that.
Who doesn't want to belong, especially somewhere like the Initiative? So I gave the Initiative my all. Kept thinking of the niche I wanted, my rose garden. I thought I knew what I was going to be.
This is about not taking over as Pathfinder?
Didn't think it would still sting. Nasira, your father, even my parents. They leave, I'm left without answers. Nowhere to stand.
That sucks for you, Cora. I feel bad.
I get that. We've all had a lot of disappointments lately.
You're doing well. For having no training, being your second isn't so bad. And if that remnant tech pays off, maybe someday I'll have roses too.
Okay. So that's Cora. She was, well, she has a backstory that she made up all on her own that doesn't jive with what we know of the universe, but hey. And also, she should by right be Pathfinder right now, and she's not, and that kind of sucks for her. So that's understandable. But hey, she's not being a horrible monster about it. That's nice.
So we have a stowaway.
You mean PB?
She's decided to set up in one of the escape pods. You don't need a psychologist to tell you that one's got commitment issues.
Yeah, that one's a little bit on the nose. Like, that one's pretty obvious. PB is ready to bail at a moment's notice, and maybe not even a moment. So, how's the crew doing, Doc?
How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating patient confidentiality. Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files and my brain by species.
Well, okay. Why?
Why do you sort them that way?
Just easier for me to see patterns in behavior.
Okay, well, let's start with the boring ones.
How do you think the human crew members are handling things?
There's a lot of them.
Okay, let's start with the most boring, let's start with the most boring one.
How's Liam?
A handful. Every time I patch him up, he breaks something new. Liam's we can't lose attitude is commendable. But I worry how he'll react when something does go wrong.
You mean it hasn't already? All right, well, how's Cora doing?
How's Cora doing?
She's processing. Your father was her mentor. She expected to follow in his footsteps, but he gave the role of Pathfinder to you. Just because she trusts his judgment doesn't mean she's not confused. Or hurt.
Okay. Well, All right, see, on the one hand, Lexi, Cora just told me this, so I already knew that. On the other hand, you prefaced this conversation by saying that you didn't want to breach doctor-patient confidentiality, right? You did that. You said that. And then, 48 seconds later, I asked you a very general question. How's Cora doing? Right? To which you responded by breaching doctor-patient confidentiality and revealing a deep inner truth that she, to your knowledge, had confided in you. You're bad at your job. Also, wait, are you the doctor and the shrink? I guess it makes sense that there would be a medical officer and a psychiatrist and a mental health professional. And given crew limitations and half the pod is frozen and general kerfuckery of the galaxy, maybe those roles would be played by the same person. But are you really the same Tell me how Gil is. Also tell me who Gil is.
Gil?
Gil likes to use humor as a defensive technique.
Same.
He'd rather bury himself in the Nomad than tackle emotions head on.
Suvi okay?
She's remarkably adaptive. I'm kind of jealous.
I'd like to check in on the non-human crew.
Ask away.
All right. You just met Drac. Tell me about him.
Is Drac good?
That old bastard's always good. I've never met anyone who can be so stubborn and so appreciative. Could you look out for him, Ryder?
Okay. I just met him an hour ago, and you just met him 19 minutes ago, but sure.
Don't worry, Lexi. I'll keep an eye on him.
Thank you. And maybe don't mention I asked?
Okay.
Is PB all right?
She's avoiding me. Probably thinks I'll poke her with a needle if she gets too close.
To be fair, you're always giving me shots.
Not in the hallway.
How's our Solarian?
He's quite the gossip. Tight-lipped about himself, though.
Tell me about Vetra.
Vetra's used to having someone depend on her. I think that's why she's so resourceful and likes providing for other people. That being said, I think she could use a little me time.
Man, this filter. It's like... Okay, I understand you're in a ship. There are metal walls. It might not necessarily sound like a voice recording studio. But the filter sounds as if they intended every character to say their lines while standing in the middle of a 500 square foot warehouse and being told the microphone is on the ceiling, scream. That's the filter. They didn't actually deliver their lines like that. Nobody is shouting. But if you listen to the echo and you listen to the processing that has been done with every line of dialogue, not just the Turians, not just any of the alien races, but every line of dialogue, it's intense.
Thanks for the insight. I need to talk to you about something private.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
When Dad died, he blocked off parts of Sam's memory, things he didn't want me to see.
Or he thought you weren't ready for.
Maybe. I found this trigger. It unlocked a memory fragment of Dad on the Citadel. From when the Alliance rejected his ideas about AI, and he found out Mom's illness was terminal.
Why do you think your father chose this specific memory?
It was where his journey to Andromeda really began.
Those events started your family down a new path.
Yeah. Thanks, Lexi. Feels good to talk about this.
Okay, why did we not see... There have been a couple of interesting camera choices that make me feel like the initial release had an absolutely terrible shot of Ryder that they couldn't fix with a patch. So the patch just said, let's keep the camera off Ryder for this line. You could see a couple of them in that conversation.
How long have you and Harry been friends?
I remember when he didn't complain about arthritis. We met at a medical convention on the Citadel. He was moderating a panel on neurosurgery in low-gravity environments. His name card was crooked, but he was so damn confident, I knew we'd be friends.
How did you get into medicine?
My mum was a dancer on Omega. Dad was a bouncer. I'd patch him up after busy nights. Discovered I had steady hands. They put every credit they earned into my education.
Are they here in Helios?
No. Both died in a turf war. Made leaving the Milky Way behind easier.
So how did an Asari doctor end up on the human Ark?
Specialist in alien anatomy, remember? That includes humans. Also, Harry insisted. Maybe he always intended to switch jobs.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Another reason people might not love this game the way they love Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, this ship is not the Normandy. The Normandy is a brilliantly designed boat.
Don't give the Pathfinder too much trouble. Oh, Rushan.
Who were you talking to?
Kesh, Nexus superintendent, thinks she can boss me around just because she's my granddaughter.
Well, welcome to the Tempest. Trouble's what we do.
Ha! I like the way you think, kid.
Wait, she's your granddaughter?
Someone somewhere shivered when I said that.
Probably Tan. Damn politicians.
Is that all you brought?
You travel lean when supplies are tight and you're on your own.
You know, we've got stuff, bud.
Your people had to know what it'd be like when you left the Nexus.
Hey!
We did,
That's not what
but there weren't a lot of options. After the mutiny happened, it was either buckle under Tan's rules or start our own colony. Easy choice. Bad consequences all around.
Okay, I am not usually one to get on BioWare for, these little simple questions or simple prompts going in wildly different directions than what I intended. But when I see something like the Nexus has supplies, I expected Ryder to offer a hand on the shoulder and be like, bud, if you need some Cherry Coke Zero or whatever, we can pick it up next time we're at the Nexus. But no. Instead, that prompt was, if you wanted some Cherry Coke Zero, you should have stayed at the fucking Nexus, where we treated you like crap. That is not the Sarah Ryder that we're trying to play here. Anyway, tell me more about this Kesh.
Not all Krogan left. Your granddaughter stayed.
Good thing she did. Without my Rushan, you wouldn't have had much of a station to tie your ship to. As for me, I'm way more useful out here. Lots to shoot at, for one.
Okay, but we need help because reasons.
Krogan could have made a real difference on the Nexus.
Staying under those conditions would have just resulted in another mutiny.
He's not wrong.
We have a much better shot at something good out here.
Can't argue with that.
Terraforming, Atmo processors, gravity wells, life-destroying murder bubbles. We really had no idea what Helios was about, did we?
I'm sorry, this has to be done. Life-destroying murder bubbles, life-destroying murder bubbles, life-destroying murder bubbles. They will fucking kill you, so be careful. Sorry. Yes. Yeah, we had no idea what the fuck we were getting ourselves into. That's why they call it an adventure, I guess.
If we knew what it was all about, it wouldn't be an adventure. It would just be moving, and everyone hates moving. Just the packing alone, bleh.
Point taken. I'm just saying. I really hope you have a plan, Ryder.
Ryder is at her least charming when she tries to be funny. Which is unfortunate, because she does try to be funny. Anyway, here's the plan. We find a home.
The plan's the same. We find a home. Whatever that takes.
Keep that drive. Makes me believe we can make it. I mean, we have to make it. The alternative is not even worth thinking about.
Dead. We wind up dead.
You talked about your back channels. What did you mean?
We brought a lot from home. Some of it marked initiative, some of it in personal caches. Most things you want, someone's got. You just have to figure out who, and what they're willing to take in exchange.
can't be that simple.
Oh, but it is. Most things are simple once you know the trick to them.
Okay, fair, but you have to find the trick, and finding the trick is not simple, so they're not actually... Anyway, tell me about mutiny.
You were on the Nexus when the revolt happened?
When you promise people golden worlds and all they get are wastelands and a death cloud, they riot.
Fair.
Some wanted to go home, some demanded answers, and a couple just wanted to stir shit up.
And you?
Some days I wondered if the exiles had a point. Maybe we were conned into coming here. But why would the initiative go to all this trouble just to screw us over? Thing about conning people, you always know something they don't, and that's why the con works. And if I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
I suppose you have a point. How did you join this place?
How did you hear of the Andromeda initiative?
Short answer, Kesh. She was looking for some experimental ship mods, and I knew how to track them down. I thought it was a one-time deal, but she came back. Once, twice. Eventually, I figured out something was going on, something big with creds behind it. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home. Couldn't pass that up.
Have anyone else here with you? Besides Sid?
No, just me and Sid. It's always been just the two of us.
No, I mean, someone special.
Special? Oh. You mean like... Oh. No, nothing like that. Who has time? What about you?
Well, now that you mention it, who's Sid? Have we been told about Sid? What's Sid? I might have just forgotten Sid. Anyway.
Anywhere's gonna feel empty if you don't have someone to share it with.
A romantic? I wasn't expecting that. And again, the entire idea of leaving everything you know for a chance at something new is kind of romantic.
It is.
Anyway.
Anyway, that is the end of our conversation. I will leave you in your awkward.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
What is this cryptic message? Oh. Family thing, hold on. Anyway. PB was up top. Hi, PB. Nobody move, I'm on an elevator.
You again. Want to hear more about my childhood log cabin?
Yes. Tell me more about, well, we can't ask about the log cabin, so what are you working on now?
You really won't tell me what you're working on?
That's right. Next question.
Okay. What do you think of the people here?
So, how do you like the team?
Interesting bunch. I get a good feeling from Vetra. Not your typical military-minded Turian.
True.
Liam seems a lively one. I expect he'll surprise me. Drek is, well, old. Wonder if he can still learn new tricks.
What about...
Gil smacks of complication. Might take some unraveling. Callow and Suvi seem busy. I hope they aren't all work, work, work. Who's left?
Well, there's...
Oh, right, Cora. What's her deal? Is she as prim and proper as she comes across?
Little bit.
She's exactly what she should be. Capable, reliable. She's a valuable part of my team.
Sure, sure. That comes across too.
There's also Lexi, our doctor. She's an Asari.
Oh, I'll get around to her. All in all, seems like a decent bunch.
Okay. Well, that's nice. Tell me about the Remnant.
What drew you to the Remnant?
Are you kidding? It's evidence of a sophisticated species no one knows anything about. It doesn't get more intriguing than that. There's so much to discover. I want to be the first to figure them out. And the tech, it's on a different scale. If we can appropriate it, who knows what advances we'll make.
What was it like for you on the Nexus?
Well, I wasn't supposed to be woken up yet. A resourceful accomplice finagled my early thaw. So I kind of lived off the grid. Snuck around, bullshitted my way onto excursions off station. After I found my first remnant ruin, I started, borrowing shuttles. After that, I didn't spend much time on the Nexus. I even missed most of the revolt.
Most? Hold on, most? Also, fuck it, we're flirting now.
What does someone have to do to get you to flirt with them?
Oh my.
Not much at all. But I get a little extra jolt when I'm matched wink for wink. So just be yourself and the flirts will flow.
Noted. Now that we've explicitly flirted with you, are you boinking anyone?
You mentioned you came to Andromeda with someone.
Nothing gets by you. Guess that's why you're the Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm.
Just a friend. The one who woke me up early. But now she's not even that. It's better to venture into the unknown without restraints or entanglements, don't you think?
1, we were just flirting, and now you're saying you don't want restraints? 2, what are the odds that PB's old flame was this Sloan person who led the revolt? That feels like an obvious connection here. Anyway, no, we should get together.
I don't know. Don't friends and loved ones make all the effort worthwhile?
I've always been self-motivated. Don't need much more than curiosity to drive me forward.
All right, fine, bye.
You're off the hook, PB. Good luck with your project.
Thanks. Don't be a stranger.
Long time no chat. What's up?
I hear we have you to thank for getting the Tempest space ready so quickly?
Vetra brings her impossible feats to me. I was itching to get this particular call. Capital R ready. Don't tell her, but the truth is, I fudge reports to come in early, then bust ass in secret to make up for it. Expands the guild legend. Plus, I convey calm and assurance, and the whole team relaxes, which helps them do their jobs better.
And you're telling me this because... yeah, whatever.
Seems like we have a good group here.
Well, Vetra and Suvi are my girls. Get along well. Lots of mutual respect. PB's a real spark plug. I like her, but she's exhausting. And Drax's my kind of guy. Brash. Takes no shit. As far as your Hyperion peeps go, the doc's kind of nosy. Liam's good for a laugh or two. Cora, she's a bit by the book for me.
No, like, we need someone to remind us what the fucking rules are, I guess.
By the book keeps us alive.
Hey, variety's the spice of life, right? Different strokes makes for healthy debate.
What about Kello?
He's a pilot.
Which means...
He flies the ship.
We're leaving it at
Does a Pathfinder know what to do with a dead end?
Gil, just it makes a lot of sense that engineers don't like pilots. It does. It does. It really does. Do you have any friends, Gil? Does anyone like Gil?
What's your social circle like?
I'm good for a laugh, so I know lots of people, but I don't let too many in. My one true friend is stationed on the Nexus. She's the only piece of the Milky Way I brought with me. The more you and I get to know each other, the more you'll probably hear about her.
Nobody talks like that, Gil.
How tough was it on the Nexus all those months?
Have you ever eaten overcooked space cow tongue?
No.
Can't say I have.
Well, let me tell you, it's tough.
Sounds tough.
Wondering if you're gonna die from a critical malfunction, or maybe starvation, imagining which would be worse. But hey, you could always take a break from the fear and boredom to dwell on being a part of the biggest failure in galactic history. Maybe even participate in a revolt.
What was your take on that?
I didn't place any bets, if that's what you're asking. Truth is, I don't think anyone made out particularly well. Whatever side you're on, you die a little when your brother, your teammate, becomes an enemy. We traveled all this way, all hope and wonder, and we end up fighting with each other over scraps. It's sad.
If I can just make one point of order here, Gil. If we all fuck up and die, this will be the biggest failure in intergalactic history. Okay? Intergalactic.
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Scans of the Scourge. All that dark energy twisting and turning on itself. It's splendid.
It's dangerous, and that's all I see. A mass of destructive, malevolent tentacles.
I can appreciate the colors of a coral snake while recognizing that I wouldn't want to get close. Helios is incredible, isn't it? Not just constructs like the Scourge and the Remnant Vaults. Just all of it. So alien. A constant reminder of the divine intelligence behind all creation.
Ah, crap! God. Why does every Mass Effect game have to have an Ashley?
You mean a god?
Yes, I believe in a higher power. I know it's a little odd, but I am a scientist because science brings me closer to something greater than myself.
This is a little harsh, but well, it's a binary choice.
There's nothing about the universe that suggests a divine intelligence. And most of what we've seen in Helios is artificial, as you said yourself.
Yes, but we're creative beings. Whoever made the Remnant was too. Why should that be proof against a god? Wouldn't a true creator want to pass on the drive to invent?
Alright, listen. You're good at science stuff. Keep being good at science stuff.
You are welcome to your beliefs. It's good to have different voices on the team.
Excellent. Oh, speaking of the team, I should update the folks back in the Nexus with the latest reports. We'll talk later.
Hello, Gil. When are you cleaning up that repair on the sensor console?
I'm not. It's a redesign.
A redesign? Without a trained crew?
I'm trained and it's working great. Don't be so uptight.
Everything okay?
Oh, fine. Fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, is that it? Are we not going to have an in-depth conversation with Callow? We're just going to reestablish that he and Gil don't get along and... Okay, fine. Alright, cool. I can't wait for Gil to turn heel and kill you or something. That probably won't happen. But it might.
Pathfinder, is it true? We're settling Eos.
We've thought that before.
But Eos is different now, right? Pathfinder.
All right, settle down. Give him space. Lieutenant Syax, Kendros' aide. They all wanted to see you. Real hope again. It's been a while.
Let's get drunk!
Relax, Lieutenant. If there was ever a day to pop some champagne...
Certainly. The initiative's finally back on track.
Professor Herrick, right?
Tilt down.
What you achieved with that Remnant Vault is unprecedented, Pathfinder. Impossible.
What is that?
But
Sorry,
with new scientific talent waking up, we'll unravel those mysteries. The whole Nexus will benefit.
We've taken some hard knocks, but this proves we'll always get up again.
Always.
Well, what are you waiting for? There's a new world out there.
Thank you, Ryder.
Don't shove the crate off the... You shoved the crate off the ramp.
I try.
Where do they find these
it's
people?
Like they spawn when I'm not looking. It never ends.
Vetra, are you having problems with your crew?
Keeping tabs on things back here?
Yeah, I try to watch what's going on while we're away, but it's nice to check in person.
And are they going okay?
Going well, I hope?
As well as it can go with limited resources, yeah. Tiny steps.
Fair enough.
It's such a mess.
We're not going to rat out the guy who shoved the box? Okay. Hi, Dr. Camden. What are you doing tucked way the hell in the back here?
Just when I've balanced the air mix, another Yahoo has to come wandering through. Aren't you the Pathfinder? Dr. Camden, head of hydroponic sciences. Mind the seedlings.
I'm not some yahoo.
Are you always this rude to people walking in?
Only when a mistake could kill everyone on the Nexus.
What do you mean?
Hydroponics is our air, food, and water. A frail green line between us and oblivion. We almost lost it all during the mutiny. Now it's my responsibility.
Okay, that does seem hard.
I know what surprise, responsibility can be like.
So I hear. Perhaps we could share our burdens. I need samples of Andromeda's plant life. Our own specimens should acclimatize to them. Bring me any plants you find. You'll have a bounty in return, and my thanks.
Okay. Gather plants for Plant Man. Got it. All right, so this place is called Vortex. I will bet $1 million that this is the bar. I win! You owe me $1 million!
Things are shaping up, Pathfinder. Resources flowing in, sleepers ready to head out. It's starting to feel like the initiative. Not quite up to the sales pitch, but getting there. Feels good, right?
I feel it, Liam. Finally getting our start.
There we go. Getting our shit together. Showing the new galaxy that we have it sorted.
Yeah!
If I keep saying it, it's true, right?
Yeah, sort of. Fake it till you make it and all that. Hi, Anon. You have an exclamation point above your head, which is RPG for you have a quest.
Hey, I was wondering if you could help me out. It's for the good of the bar.
All the better. Yes, I will absolutely help this bar that I just discovered 8 seconds ago.
Lay it on me.
So, folks try and help and all, but we have a limited pool of ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye out for anything interesting we could use for new drinks, and we'll let you test them for free.
Oh, great.
Right. I get a feeling the testing will be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. Dutch may complain a lot, but he's loving it. And he's the best chemist I know. You're in good hands.
All right. Speaking of which, hi, Dutch.
Another one. Damn it. This is supposed to be the chemistry lab. My chemistry lab.
Oh.
You all keep crawling out of the woodwork like space cockroaches.
Hey now.
You say that, Dutch, but here you are, pouring people drinks.
Hi. I'm standing right here.
They're guinea pigs, damn it. Chemists should have guinea pigs. Not have their labs taken over by people giving them things and being nice.
How dare we? Those horrible things. Gifts.
Bad people giving you free things and helping you set up. So inconsiderate.
Right? They keep bringing things. Tables and chairs and this bar and lights. Wait, you're making fun of me, aren't you?
Yes.
Don't let Dutch put you off. He's a sweetie, really.
I'm not.
And the drinks are good.
Damn right they are. I mean... Here. Have a dirty squirrel.
A what? I'm sorry, a what? Tastes like water. Also, I'm not even drunk. Shame on you, Dutch. You're the second best bartender I've known named Dutch in a video game. And the other one was also a murderer.
Ryder, can you believe this place?
One space station slightly dented?
You should have seen it a year ago. It was more than just dented. Anyway, thanks for bringing me on. Tan can't kick me off the station now, and it's been nice seeing my granddaughter again.
The two of you seem close.
It's been Kesh and me against the galaxy the moment I got her. Well, maybe not as much now, but it sure was early on.
Kesh, tell me more about that, and also possibly other things.
Thanks for helping Raj and Zara find Atkins. He's not getting out of lockup for a while. Good job on the outpost. Maybe Addison will lighten up.
What do you mean?
She's been pretty upset about not having an initiative outpost established yet. Understandable, if you ask me. I'm just glad she's got work to focus on now.
Nothing more for now.
See you later.
Didn't actually have anything to say. Great, great. You're Vladimir. Hi, Vladimir.
Please address concerns first with Director Addison. One must obey protocol.
Okay. Ah, hi, Addison. Your evil Russian assistant is being evil in Russian at me.
You've shaken things up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Sam said there was new functionality to discuss.
It's how the initiative was designed to support the Pathfinder. You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. That empowers all of us. Hit a threshold. A new cryo group can be brought out. Want more focus on research, like on prodromos? That's your call. Brecker will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide what life in Andromeda means. No pressure.
None whatsoever. All right, now can I talk with Vladimir? Hi, Vladimir.
Hello, Pathfinder. I am Cryo Deployment Administrator Vladimir Breka, C-63 Galati. Your first task is to decide irrevocably the course of every life in the initiative.
Sounds good.
You're kidding?
Yes, of course. But now you respect what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Andromeda viability and Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
Tell me what this means.
What's the rundown on AVP?
Much of the preparation in the Milky Way was determining how to measure success. Thresholds are about capacity, but this is about cost, what we can actually afford to support. Points aren't the most elegant system, but it makes it clear. The more you earn, the more we can deploy.
Okay, so this is the game justifying its equivalent of war readiness, which, okay, fine, justify away.
How are you measuring thresholds?
It's based on resource estimates and general stability, a metric of acceptable scope and risk. The more you achieve, the greater capacity we can accommodate, the more the initiative can do for you. Simplest explanation, the more you do, the more room we have to grow.
Yay.
So I decide what groups to wake up. Won't everyone be out eventually?
Absolutely, but there's an order to things, lines of support. You can't deploy an omelet without first deploying eggs, and eggs won't get you steak. Except it's people, and how all our lives begin.
Well, okay, fine. Now I want a sandwich.
All right, Breka. Where do I start?
The interface is active and will respond only to a Pathfinder. It's ready for your first selection. You may begin shaping the initiative at your leisure.
So, what's your job? If there's an interface, and how do you... Alright, fine. Okay, so, I have one cryopod point. I have the possibility of 17 perks. And we have science pods, which have lab technicians or mining operations. We could improve our development, but first we need lab technicians. We could expand our field analysis, but first we need mining operations. Okay. There are military pods, because guns. There are a lot of them, because guns. Good God. And there's commerce pods, because there had to be a third thing. I don't know. All right, we're going science. Sarah Ryder is a big nerdy dork. Whenever there's possibility of expanding science, by God, we're expanding science. Lab techs. Deploy cryoblock. Yes.
Ryder, isn't it? Kerry Tavessa, freelance vidmaker. This is Hakim, my producer. I could use your help.
What are you looking for?
Director Tans asked for an uplifting documentary on the initiative. Translation, paint rainbows over our problems. But our problems are history. People deserve the truth, not propaganda.
That is correct. You are right.
It takes integrity to record the truth and nothing but.
Well, I do my best. And you could help me out. The heart of my documentary will be an interview series. I was hoping you'd take part. I want the dirt and blood of our story, not the convenient fairy tale Tan's looking for. Interested?
Yes, but also, how is anyone a freelance anything as part of the initiative? Exactly. Like, if you had to come here. You had to come here to Andromeda, which means you're in the initiative, right? Like, the only way you could be in Andromeda and a freelance anything is if you came to Andromeda as part of the initiative, rebelled against the initiative as part of Sloan What's-Her-Face's crew, decided that was a bad idea, begged the initiative to take you back, and then they did, but they won't give you dental. I don't understand how you're freelance. Also, won't this piss off Tan?
You don't mind treading on the initiative director's toes?
What would he do? Pool funding we don't have? I'm game if you are.
All right, fine.
Okay, interview away.
Let's start at home. 14 months and the Nexus still isn't finished. Arcs are missing, we have people in exile. By any standard, this wasn't the plan. Our leadership describes these as anticipated issues. Would you agree?
I mean, I think it sucks that this is just a binary choice and I don't get to give in character a long-winded explanation. But I'm not in character right now, so fuck it. Here's the thing. It was probably anticipated that we had an idea of how this would go and it might not go that way. Was it anticipated that it would be a year and change and we wouldn't have any progress to speak of and there would have been multiple armed revolts? No.
We still have to fix them. Everyone, leaders included, needs to pitch in. Let's be honest about these challenges and how we're going to face them.
Nice. Won't make you popular with the leaders, but it's good to hear. Bandwidth means I'm transmitting in short bursts, so that's all for now. But you can bet I'll have more questions later. You're great. I'll get to work editing.
Editing what? You asked one question! This is not how video works! Hey, thanks for watching. Here's the stream schedule. If you want to click some buttons, it would help a lot, and if you don't, fine, go away.